cold to the stack.
Here we are, getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, English fighting legend Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way.
The babyface assassin. A world champion in 3 different weight classes, fighting out of Mexico City, Mexico, whose battles with Eric Morales are stuff of Terrence.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Mexico City, here is the sensational 3-division champion of the world.
You can tell both of these fighters are exuding confidence as they touch gloves. And here we go.
Take the phone off the hook. This is all I wanted to see right now, right in front of me.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be 2 that we're talking about. Many said this fight would never happen, and yet here it is, and here we go. We'll try and relax a little bit now. Fight a little differently. These two were made for each other. And shoot. Not a lot of defense here at all. What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And looking at corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's like a match made in heaven.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. No rest for the weary. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Neither fighter willing to slow down. You just can't score with these punches. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Barrera in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round, complete dominance.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter. Perfect counter shot. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
You're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching you every move, that every twitch.
And he scores with the counter. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. A straight right just misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Barrera in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
Dominance.
Let's get it started in round 3. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in counter.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Missing with the left hook. Like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Unlike the heavier fighters, these fighters throw so many punches, it's hard to keep up. Punch caught him clean. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. Swing and a miss with the jab. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Barrera in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. There's the bell for round 4. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
There's a counter shot. Got him there. And the jab there. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Good counter punch. about Barrera in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bo, ring away.
That's it. Now breathe.
Time for the 5th round. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Counter punching. Nice counter punch right up the middle. You don't want to trade shots. Caution is being thrown to the wind. Beautiful counter shot. How about that time counter shot? He threw a punch and just got countered. Tried to score with that hook but missed. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Beautiful counter punch. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
They exchange punches. Barrera in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think it's a...
Go out there and win this next.
Let's start the 6th. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
So much firepower here. Punch, counter punch. It's all offense all the time. Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
He's dropped the guard now. What do you think of that decision? Insane action. Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork, or you're going to be a cooked goose.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. About Barrera in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
Dominance without it.
There's the bell to start round 7. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Wow, let's take another look at that.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Listen to me. Are you okay?
Well, they're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
Well, look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe and move, get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
They need to turn this around halfway through.
Not the best start, but you know what, the cornermen, now it's time for them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom, different tactics.
Straight right, just misses. Nice counter shot. That punch landed. Crawford's legs are all over the place. They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. Talking about Crawford in that last round. Well, he's got Bambi legs walking back to the corner, but he's still in it.
They believe that.
Round 8, and we're off again. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How'd you come back from something like that? Look, and twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that. Whoa, wait a minute! Crawford in trouble! We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
3 days.
He dropped him. The perfect sniper shot. Let's watch it again one more time.
That's lights out right there.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You still want to fight?
So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Hard, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
Halfway through the round, and they've got some work to do to get back into it.
Is that ever hope? Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points up until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Catch him! He caught it clean! Clean as a whistle! Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Is there any way back into this fight after the beating he has taken so far? There's the bell to start round 9. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Nice counter shot. Defense is not an option for these two. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You've just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
The halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Well done with that counter shot. Those counter punches have to hurt. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Oh, wait a minute! Barrera might be going down! Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Are we about to see the legend Barrera go down? Let's talk about Barrera in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
You cannot...
And there's the bell for round 10. How much is left in their tank after last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter-punching.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
That counter shot lands. And that is that. It is a knockout. What a win. And as we watch it again, that punch took the wind out of him and the will to...
Are you okay? You're out of here.
It happened. You saw it here live. A knockout win. Congratulations.
A knockout victory. That is... Todd, did you see the shot? That's not a knockout. That's an assassination. What a shot.
General's back in the building. Trust. Tell a man ease up. Getting my peas up, won't get a feel up. Is she in feeler? Food in the freezer. Them man try step with the heater. That's why my G's them roll with a squeezer. Expensive gas for the meter. Call me the teacher. True man I leading, call me a leader. Getting my peas up, won't get a feel up. Is she in feeler?